How's it going, guys? And welcome to the SmackDown Podcast NXT recap episode. My name is Vince. Once again, I am your host. I'm joined today by my two good co-hosts, Mr. RN from the Mean Jelly Bean YouTube channel and Chicago's own indie wrestler prodigy, Jay Thunder. What is up, you guys?
What's good, bro?
Nah, it's pretty good, man. Pretty good, man.
Just got to give a mad shout out to Jay. Like that punishment yesterday. Real talk, bro. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't have been able to do it. I would have bitched up, bro. Like that's some real shit for real. Like,
yo, man. I'm gonna say it right now, I'm Mexican, and I wouldn't have went through all that spicy bullshit. How you feeling, Jay? How is your taste buds? How is your digestive system? Are you good? Have you recovered fully from the Toasted?
So for the most part, I have recovered. If you would have asked me that last night, that was a totally different story. Jesus.
bro, I said after the 5-minute mark, it wasn't even funny anymore, bro. Like legit, it was not funny anymore.
I'm mad because Kyle added an extra minute.
40 seconds.
Well, first of all, let's just say because he added, I practically had that thing in my mouth for no homo. I literally had it in.
That's what she said.
I literally had it. I held it for literally almost 7 minutes.
Yeah, it was like 6 minutes, 40 seconds. Because you when you got up, he told us like he was talking to the camera like he's gonna be a little mad at me, but I actually accidentally added an extra 40 seconds.
Funny thing about it is that I started the challenge and we were already 20 seconds in before he
started recording.
Started the timer. So
yeah,
that's already an extra 20 seconds.
Because I thought y'all were recording because you were live streaming. Like I was watching it, like as it was happening, and then like I said, after like 2 or 3 minutes of watching, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna start recording." He already had a sucker in his mouth. I was like, "Damn."
I was like, yo, I already had it in my. I had already started. Like,
yeah.
Start the timer.
All right.
Bro, I swear to God, I'm sweating even thinking about it, bro.
So, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Jay Thunder, he lost predictions for TLC way back ago, and we're finally paying it off.
Right. If you're gonna get it right, it was Survivor Series 2019.
No. It was. I could have sworn it was TLC. It was TLC.
No, because that was the first prediction that I took place in was Survivor Series.
Damn, we're barely paying off Survivor Series payoffs now.
Right.
Punishment. So Jay Thunder was a great sport. He took on the Toa Satan Challenge. So go ahead and watch that on our YouTube channel. It'll be up there. Great content. Go ahead and check it out if you'd like to see people suffer.
What kills me the most though is that you know what, all of you guys got like smaller punishments. So.
Well, I still I have other punishments. I have to do a review, live stream reaction of the movie Cats while
dressed
wearing
cat makeup.
With cat makeup, so that's embarrassing. So my pride's gonna be tackled on. But
yeah,
that's for
your digestive system won't be hurt.
Well, then don't lose predictions next time. Again, we're rambling, guys, but in case you haven't realized, we are a pro wrestling podcast. We're here to cover tonight's episode of NXT. Before we get started, quick plugs. Go ahead and check out our Linktree /SmackRockPod. You can find all our social medias. You can find our YouTube channel, our Facebook, find our Discord.
Spotify, that's always good too.
Yeah.
Anywhere you consume your audio podcast, go ahead and give it a download wherever you consume it. We don't care. We're basically on everywhere. And with that being said, let's get started on tonight's NXT. It was a very interesting episode of NXT. There was some good stuff that they did. A lot of stuff for next week that I'm very excited about. But we got started off with Finn Balor taking on Fabian Eichner. And this is the second Imperium member that Finn Balor has gone against in the last 2 or so weeks. Because he took on Alexander Wolf when he visited UK. And then now he's taking on Fabian Eichner, who I got to say, I saw someone compare him to a Cesaro in terms of him being able to do a
mini Cesaro, yeah.
Yeah. First off, what you guys think of the match?
I had that in my notes. I was talking to my cousin. He's staying with me, and he's seeing the NXT for the first time like in forever. So I was hipping him and stuff, and I told him like Fabian Aichner, pound for pound, he's one of the strongest men in there, and he's a high flyer on top of it. Like to me, he's underrated as hell and doesn't get enough shine for sure. Like I know he's got to pay his dues, but like goddamn, he's been paying his dues since the first Mae Young, hasn't he?
No, Mae Young, Cruiser Classic, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jay, what you thought of the match, man?
Well, this is the match that I actually was not able to see.
Okay, man, dude, you could have just you could have just like worked your way through it, man. You could have just like played it.
No, man, I'm not gonna. No, I don't play that. Like, if I didn't see it, I didn't see it. I'm not gonna be that type of person to do that. Like, I'm real all day, every day. So
okay, Austin Theory.
But I'm real all day, every day. But from what it sounds like, it seemed like it would have been a great match, especially because I've seen both of these competitors in action, and I know they can do great things. So it sucks that I was able to miss that. But
I mean, you could always go back and check it out once we're done here. But it was pretty good. It was solid. Obviously, it was a win for Finn Balor. He won it with the 1916. At one point, Finn hits the coup de grace, and Fabian Aichner just gets up from just. Because I guess we just hit that point. Have you guys noticed when a wrestler transitions from a finisher to a different finisher, that his old finisher just is able to be kicked out easily? Like
it just became his what is it on SmackDown where you got your finisher and your
a signature. It becomes
your signature and then your finisher.
That's what it is now.
This is something that always bugged me back in the day when Undertaker went to American Badass and he was hitting people with tombstones and they were kicking out of tombstones, but he would hit a last ride powerbomb and that would end the match.
That was it. It was over.
Like it's just one of those weird things. But yeah,
tombstone should never be a signature.
Ever.
Ever.
I'm not even that big of an Undertaker fan, but that is all time. Like nobody should get up out
of
it.
That is I last time
tell
I
that to Okada. Tell that to Okada and Matt Riddle in the Indies. But going back into this, it does look like Finn Balor might be transitioning to something else, or might be doing a multitude of things.
It looked like he was still like they were putting the Walter stuff on the back burner because he even said himself, "That's what's going to happen next time we see each other. Who knows when that is?"
Yeah. And the thing that I like, though, if this does continue with the whole Walter stuff, I like the idea that Walter is kind of like this boss character in the video game.
Yeah.
And he's sending all his minions and underlings at Finn Balor. He has to take them down one by one. I fucking love that. And
like he reminds me of a badass Bowser. Like he could be.
I was thinking that too.
I was thinking more Shao Kahn, but
I was thinking Kingpin from like Spider-Man. Just got all these random villains and shit like doing his dirty work for him.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Kingpin was like the first boss battle in the Spider-Man video game. He was pretty easy to beat compared to the other boss battles. But
I don't know. It all depends. It really all depends on when you played it. So, like, say for instance, if you hadn't been used to the gameplay like I was, it was kind of hard.
Bro, Spider-Man was basically like the Batman Arkham games on steroids with like all these funny ass perks. It was fucking dope.
Just so you know,
it was to the next level.
I haven't finished the game, so
that's a shame on you. That's a fail. Someone who doesn't fail though.
So we talking about me now? Okay. All right. Cool. All right.
Okay. Let's transition. Let's talk about Charlotte and her interview. I liked the way she cut the interview. I thought it was very, very good. I liked how she called out Mia Yim as someone that was a person that she wants to give that first crack at that title for first, because that was who she had her first NXT match with was Mia Yim, and then now their careers have brought them together in the same spot. And she mentioned how she wanted to come to NXT because this whole time NXT has been the NXT Women's Division has been proclaimed being as the top women's division across all three brands. And she even said at Survivor Series, they proved it because Shayna won, and then the women won their Survivor Series match. And basically Charlotte's out here to be like, yo, man, I'm still the best. I'm the top dog out here. I'm going to take everybody down. Io Shirai's next. I know that once Rhea Ripley gets her bearings in order. She's gonna want an opportunity against me again. And she mentioned girls like Candice LeRae and who else did she mention? She mentioned Candice. I'm drawing a blank on the other person. I think Tegan Knox. I think she mentioned Tegan Knox and Candice LeRae. But I liked the promo. I thought it was very effective for what they were trying to do.
It goes back to my original theory that I had on her coming to NXT. I think that she had people in mind that she definitely wanted to go at, and pretty much was like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that right there proved it for me. Like me and Yim ain't doing shit for real. I mean, and if Charlotte comes down like I want to go with her, like that's why I said to me they had to have given her like she had to give a list of demands for her to do this. Yeah, and I think that's what it was. Like, hey, I got 4 or 5 people I definitely want to match with. If we can do that, then I'll do this for y'all. And I think that's what that pretty much proved it for me. I mean, come on, like I'm not saying me and Yim isn't a good wrestler, but I mean that's not somebody that I think that Charlotte would come down and call out and challenge out the gate like her first promo. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I definitely was feeling it for sure.
All right, I mean. There's some good opponents for Charlotte down the line, but I don't think either of these next 2 women are going to be opponents for Charlotte. And that's Aaliyah versus Xia Li. It was a relatively quick match. It happened.
Hey, Vince, how you doing? Did you forget about me?
I mean, we get it to you, man, but we gonna take turns, man.
You skipped me for the whole Charlotte bit.
Bro, like, we're going to take turns, man. We're going to talk about this next one, and this is where you're going to chime in. Because here's the thing. Did you guys notice this? But we had a brand new referee there, and it was a black woman. That should just completely
I did see that.
Did you guys notice that?
Yeah, that was the first thing that I noticed.
I did. I think I seen something about her being signed or something like that, maybe on Twitter a few months ago, but I don't know.
It was freaking news to me. I mean, going to this, that was the first thing to note that I popped out of this match because I was not interested in Xia Li versus Aaliyah. Nothing against Xia Li because I freaking love Xia Li. I think she has potential. Aaliyah, she's just there. I'm sorry.
In their defense, though, this was probably the best match that Aaliyah's had since she's been there.
That's not saying much, though. That's not saying much. That's not saying much.
I mean, she's been jobbing out on 99% of her matches. This is the first one where she actually got some decent offense and she actually looked like she might win that match, but I mean, I
knew for a fact she wasn't going to win whatsoever. Yeah, that's why I wasn't invested. Xia Li won with a tornado kick to the back. 1, 2, 3. It was relatively quick. The strategy for Aaliyah was trying to use the ref to get in the way and use it as a shield, as a distraction. Something you do in a fucking video game. And yeah. I think I actually accidentally did that to Jay when we were playing live on 2K19 the other day. And I got out to the ring, and then the ref was in between us, and then the ref just did the animation. It's like, wait, hold up, give him some space. I jump back into the ring, super kick him, and take advantage and just swing the momentum. Obviously, it worked for me because I won that match, but it didn't work for Aaliyah in this situation. She did lose to Xia Li. And, yeah, that happens. So we'll see what happens with the women's division going forward.
By the way, those were good matches, by the way. Pretty good matches.
Nah, man. I mean, they were all right. I mean, at what point did you
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Are you calling me par now? Is that what you're saying?
No, I was about to ask you, at what point did you jump into the show? Because you said you missed the Finn Balor match.
Well, no, I saw the first thing that I saw was the Charlotte promo.
Okay. I mean, it was pretty solid. I mean, there was nothing too much to dissect because a lot of the stuff she said in that promo, she said on the Raw promo, except this time she just, like, highlighted other NXT women in there. That's why there's nothing too much to add. But I do want to know how you guys feel about this Cruiserweight title tournament. It's very original. I've never seen it done in WWE. It feels very New Japan-esque. So I'm going to explain the rules to you guys, or just to the viewers if you guys don't know. It's 2 groups of 4. The wrestlers in each group will face off against each other at least once. So every wrestler is going to get at least 3 matches. And then the wrestlers with the best overall record, advance to the finals to face off the winners of the other group. And then Group A, we have Kushida, Drake Maverick, who was recently released, Tony Nese, and Jake Atlas, who had a debut match against Dexter Lumis last week. We have Isaiah Swerve Scott, Akira Tozawa, Jack Gallagher, and Hijo del Fantasma in Group B. Overall, Jay, I'll start with you because, You feel like I'm ignoring you, but I'm not. That's just how the deck is being dealt right now. Personally, how do you feel about the concept of this tournament? Do you like it? It's because I like it because it's different.
I will say that I do enjoy the new concept of this Cruiserweight tournament. Like you said, it's something different. It's something that I haven't seen before. It was weird because first of all, a couple things. I was kind of weirded because, as you guys all know, Drake Maverick is,
he got released. Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out where does he come to play with this tournament and how things work.
I think he's just gonna go out there, man, and he's gonna if you guys didn't see the video he posted on Twitter, he just say he's gonna give it his all. He's gonna leave it all in the ring, and I'm rooting for Drake Maverick. He's not gonna win the tournament. Well, I don't think. I mean, he just got released. There's no way he's gonna win the tournament. But I know for a fact this guy can go. As Rockstar Spud over there in Impact Wrestling, he was a good wrestler, and we didn't get to see him wrestle or show his full potential in his entire WWE run. And this is a guy, especially, he was given chicken shit and turned it into chicken salad with that 24/7 title picture. Him and R-Truth carried that division, and as soon as he went over to SmackDown, he really didn't have like that division fell down, and it was R-Truth trying to carry it again. But it was really Drake Maverick that really helped out, and he was great as a GM role, and I know he's gonna do great in this tournament.
It's definitely the whole 24. I was just gonna say that about the whole 24/7 title. Like him and Truth were made that title.
Yeah, exactly. So I know
I'm not digging about this tournament. I mean, it's not that I'm not digging it. I think I think they should do more of this. It's this is literally just the New Japan Cup on a smaller version.
Yeah. It's basically
that's what I'm saying. I think that they should do more of this, stealing from them, because clearly, they already did it with the 2-night WrestleMania and shit. But I mean, most people don't know wrestling outside of WWE exists. So use those things that those other promotions are doing and make it your own. And what are they going to say? They're going to be like, oh, we did that. Okay. And we're going to do it better.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they'll do it better, but they'll do a pretty good job. So we'll touch upon the matchups. So we only had one matchup tonight, which was Isaiah Scott versus Akira Tozawa. And this is where I'm going to hand it over to RN, because he was very upset in the group chat about the results. Yeah. But because before I give it to RN, the one thing I will say is that this tournament, what allows it to do is that Isaiah Scott, spoiler, can take a loss to Akira Tozawa to help build up Tozawa as a threat, and then Swerve can go and win the next 3 in a row. He can win his next 3 matches, and then even though he lost his first one, and he still can get to the finals. Or
fuck all that, bruh.
Or he can go 2-2, tie with someone else, and he could have a better one-on-one individual record against that person, and then he advances. So there's different plays. So just because he lost doesn't mean he's eliminated. Doesn't mean it's over for Isaiah. But go ahead, Aaron. I'll let you say.
It's not so much the loss in the term as the fact that he has not won a match in months, and he puts on these banger-ass matches, and they always get right to the end where it looks like he's going to pull it out, and then they do some dumb shit and turn it into a loss for him. And like I said, I know that the loss in the tournament don't mean shit. I mean, he could come back and win it. But, I mean, to me, this was an opportunity to set him up moving forward as your next person coming out there. Because, really, we've already been down this road, which is how I'm glad they finally let him speak. And you can see that he can actually speak English very damn well. So you could have been doing
actually, Tozawa, if you get unfortunately, it gets lost because not too many people watch 205 Live. But when he was in 205 Live, he was doing a parody where he was kind of like the boss of NXT of 205 Live. He was doing Vince McMahon stuff. It's like, you're fired. He's very comedic. He's very good. Yeah, he was doing the power walk and everything.
So he's dope. But that's what I'm saying. This is the first time he's actually talked normal, not on some comedy shit where we're getting to see. I just feel like it didn't have to be Swerve. It could have been anybody else. All these scrubs in this tournament, it could have been somebody else.
Because the way I'm looking at it, man, because we're gonna have like another match. We're gonna have the other matchup next week. We'll talk about it more after.
But this thing has to go on for a while if
it's gonna go on for a while. So they had just the
That's
one match.
Saying, yeah.
They had the one match tonight. Next week there's 3 matches at least, which means that the next week there's gonna be at least 2 more matches, so 3 other matches. So this is gonna carry on. So they're doing this as a way to buy time and have content on the show, similar to how AEW did that tag team tournament, and then now they're doing their TNT tournament. And this is even better because they can get even more matches out of it, because every wrestler has to wrestle at least 3 times, because they have to wrestle at least one of the other competitors. And then we finally get to the finals. And what's great is that even once you get crowned, you still have a feud lined up for Jordan Devlin down the line. So look, it's not over for Isaiah Swerve Scott, because in his group, he has to deal with Akira Tozawa, who he lost to, but I don't really think he's going to make it to the finals. Jack Gallagher, again, I don't think he's going to make it to the finals. The one threat to his chance to get to the finals is the debuting Hijo del Fantasma, who's going to debut next week. And I haven't had a chance to see him too extensively, but I know his work. I know this guy is really good. He had a great, phenomenal look. I don't know about you guys. I think he's behind the masked luchador mafia that kidnapped Ro Mendoza. And
that's what I was thinking as soon as I saw that. So I'm not gonna be mad at another faction. Like I'm here for that.
Yeah, man. I mean, if they're copying New Japan's all about factions. Get more factions in there. Jay, what did you think of the match between Akira Tozawa and Swerve? I mean, it was a Tozawa victory with the Cannonball Senton, and overall, again, really, really good match. But what did you think about it? Like, did you think that the right guy won, or like, do you think it hurt Isaiah Swerve Scott to lose here? Do you feel similar to RN?
Well, at this point, I can only go with like the whole 50-50 thing. I'm gonna be right down the middle with this one. Like I feel like I'm with Aaron on the whole situation about Isaiah Scott not winning for months. Yeah. But at the same time, with Tozawa getting so much momentum as he's been getting, like I understand why it happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So again, like great competitor in Isaiah Swerve Scott, but I think his momentum is up there, so which is why he got that L.
Yeah.
So I like you said, Vince, it's only the first round. Like we still got a whole bunch of matches left.
Again, like
they have to go against each and every person. Like every person has to go against each other at least once.
Yeah, we'll talk about the matches that are lined up for next week, because we do have 3 of the tournament matches for next week, and we'll talk about more of that then. The one guy I'm concerned about Swerve that makes me think he won't make it to the finals is Hijo del Fantasma. He had a very solid hype package. First off, are you guys familiar with him, and what did you guys think of the package? I'll start with Jay, and then Aaron, you can chime in after he's done.
I couldn't hear you. Kind of broke up.
I was saying that Hijo del Fantasma was the one guy that was the threat for Isaiah to make it to the finals. Mm-hmm. Have you heard about him? Are you familiar with him? And what did you think of the hype package that they gave him?
Now, I will say this. I have not heard of him, so this is my first time of hearing about him. But I did love the hype package that they gave him. He looked like he was a threat. So I'm with it. I'm with it. I want to see what he can do.
Go ahead, Aaron. What you thought?
I'm very familiar with him. You know how I get down with the indies and stuff. And to me, he has a little bit more charisma than Andrade, if you could actually believe that. Like,
oh yeah, I believe that. Like he showed a lot of charisma in that hype package.
And like I said, his move set and everything, like you said, and then like the suit and all that, like I'm definitely here for him. Like I said, me personally, I think that's probably who's going to win this.
I would say it's between him or Kushida. I think that's my finals predictions. I tweeted that, and he actually liked my tweet. Yeah, because I quote tweeted it. And it's like it's going to be Tozawa versus Hijo del Fantasma in the finals, and then he liked the tweet, and it was kind of cool. I was like, that was cool. The thing that I liked about the hype package is that he looked like I said, he looked like a Mexican mafia gangster, like a mobster, and he might be the leader and henchman that's behind the abduction of Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Wild. Joaquin Phoenix is in. But what I really love about it is because I've been watching a lot of Breaking Bad season 5, and I'm really down with Lalo Salamanca. He has like this mafia, and then you know the Salamanca twins in Breaking Bad. It's like I've been watching, dude. I just watched Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and he feels like he'd be part of like leading the Salamancas in Breaking Bad. So,
and that's my thing too. Like, who are the other 2 guys that are doing the kidnapping?
Exactly. So are we gonna get like
that's at least 5? Team? That's what I'm saying. That's at least 5 people right there. If they actually are wrestlers.
Maybe those are just like regular henchmen, like the Putty Patrol and Spider-Man, or like
the Dark Order guys,
or like the Dark Order guys. Yeah. So like that could be their Putty Patrol or something. So let's move on though. We'll see what happens. We'll get more of Phantasmo next.
I like
week.
how you made that Power Ranger reference. That was dope.
Hey, man,
that was dope.
I always got to throw in some other reference from other stuff that I love, man. We had Tegan Nox versus Raquel Gonzalez. This is a bit more of a carryover of the feud, an extension of the feud, because Tegan Nox has been having some issues with Dakota Kai, and especially Raquel Gonzalez, because she always gets involved in Tegan Nox's matches, especially right when she's about to beat Dakota Kai. She comes in and gets involved. So they had the singles match. This was set up. Very, very good showing. Again, Tegan Nox, Raquel Gonzalez. I don't know. What you guys thought?
I mean, Tegan should have won that. I mean, I don't have a problem with how
Tegan did win it.
Went down. No, that's what I'm saying. She should have won it. Like, I don't have a problem with it. Gonzalez is a little bit rough in the ring. I can't say that.
Yeah, she's super green, bro. She is like super green.
A lot of that shit looks scary, but not in a good way.
Yeah, because that's the one thing I wanted to talk to Jay about, because Jay, you are a big man and you're a pro wrestler. And that's something that I want to pick your brain about. I'm like, man, you're as a fellow big guy in the ring, like what you thought of her work. Did it feel green, or do you think she stepped up a bit? Do you think she's improving, or she's a little bit of ways away?
Well, she's got a long way to go, man. Like she's got some stuff that she's got to work on. Like it doesn't feel like it's fluent. Like, you know, like with people like I say like Amber Moon or like even with Keith Lee, like stuff feels fluent. Mm-hmm. It feels real good. Like even with Brock Lesnar, it feels fluent. And you know what? Brock was not the best worker in the beginning. Now, like that man is pure genius. Like, with him, with her, like I say, she's got some time. Like give her like a year or so.
Yeah.
She could probably.
We'll see. She might be a quick learner.
Even her kicks and stuff looks like they didn't look shitty, because it did look good and it did look like it was hurting her, but it looked like it could have hurt somebody in real life. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like it could have looked like. Yeah, that's one of the main reasons. Like I'll throw it out there. Like that's one of the main reasons why I don't do big boots in the ring. Like I'm not a big fan of that at all. Like because number one, I could probably kick somebody's head off, and number two, like doing a kick or a boot, like that takes a lot of finesse just to kind of like, you know, maneuver and position your foot to where you need to be, especially like, you know, with say for instance you want to take a big boot, or you're doing a running big boot, or like a bro kick, like it can really damage you. Like say for instance, like we go back to Bret Hart's career was ended because of a side kick from Goldberg. So that's what I'm saying.
Man, Goldberg. Let's not talk about Goldberg. He's something else. Let's go back to the match.
Anyway, but no, that was just like I said. That was something that I had wanted to, you know, mention, because it's like you know, things can happen. Like it can end just like that, bro. It's crazy.
And that's interesting you saying that, just like, because we were talking about that the other day about the like leg drop shit. Like these basic moves are the ones that hurt people the most. Like that's crazy you saying that. Didn't even think about it like that. Like a big boot, if you don't do that right, you could literally kick somebody's damn head off.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could literally just end somebody's career just like that, man. It's
that's
wild.
Crazy, bro.
Like
that's why you're here, bro. That's why you're here, bro.
Everything. I appreciate you, bro.
So let's go back into the match. The closing moments of the match saw Shotzi Blackheart come and jump Dakota Kai. She had unfinished business because Shotzi should have won that match and be the sixth competitor in that gauntlet match. But
hey, I even picked her to win.
Yeah, but Dakota Kai came in and stole that victory because of the help of Raquel Gonzalez. Dakota, I think, was going to attempt to help Raquel again. Shotzi came in and just attacked her from behind. At this point, Raquel Gonzalez gets distracted. She tries to chokeslam Shotzi out the ring. She gets rolled up by Tegan Nox, and Tegan gets the win. They get out there, and then maybe they're forming a tag team. We don't know. We'll see what happens with them. I'd like to see what happens there. We had like a little like Keith Lee hype package stuff, but the thing I do want to talk about is a question from Matt. He had this like almost 2 weeks ago now. He said, so I love Keith Lee, and he has great matches with everyone so far, but he needs more than just successful title defenses. None of these guys, meaning like Damian Priest, Dijakovic, Killian Dane, all those guys, none of these guys feel like real threats to him. I need a real feud with him. Do you guys agree that they need a real feud for Keith Lee? Because I feel like he's going through the motions in terms of his challenges, because he went through Grimes. You know he's going to beat him. And even Dijakovic, Priest, Killian Dane, all those people, you feel like he's going to go through them easy.
But that's what I wanted to say. Like, Dijakovic is his feud to have, but they fucking fed it to us so many damn times. Like, they screwed up. That's the only person really physically.
Orton and Cena. Yeah,
but he's not there yet. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, he's the only person that can really give him a challenge physically.
It's supposed to be Goku and Vegeta, but it's not. It's Yusuke versus Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho, where Kuwabara is always getting his ass whooped, and he's always losing. And from the get-go, you know that Yusuke Urameshi is the top dog, and that's who Keith Lee is. He's the guy that always comes on top of Dijakovic. He needs another guy to feud. He needs like a Finn Balor, Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano.
All right, I'll give you that one.
Johnny Gargano. We'll see. So,
but I mean, here's the thing, though. Like, it's kind of hard to. It's gonna be hard to like find him someone to work with, though, because
that's what I was saying.
Because it's hard to build. He's been built up as this dude now. Like back in.
That's why we were saying that he needs to go up to main, because he's gone through everyone. If he's gonna go to the main NXT title, then he needs to go up to main, because he can't. He feels like he's too big for that North American title.
And it's not just, it's literally and figuratively, he feels like he's too big, because he is. He's 3 times the size of everyone there except for Damian Priest and Djokovic. Like, so to me, it's like, I don't see anybody, even if they did find a decent feud with him and put him with somebody, like you just go into automatically thinking he's going to destroy this person. Like, and that's good that they made us feel like that and they propped him up like that. But sometimes you're just a big fish in a small pond. It's time to go.
Like, I feel like the whole situation is that this is something that the WWE have done the right way. Like,
exactly.
Building Keith Lee, they built him the right way. That's one of the main reasons that I was scared when they brought him to NXT, because I thought that they were just gonna, just
be a comedy act or some bullshit.
I thought he was literally gonna be like, he was literally gonna ride the wave. I thought he was gonna ride the wave, and he didn't. Like, that's one. First of all, not trying to get off topic, but Keith Lee is one of my favorite out of NXT. Like, that's one of the guys that I usually like model after, because he's someone that I inspire to be. Right. Because in the ring, like, that man can move, and I want to do that. People like Cash Sono and Dijakovic and Keith Lee, like, those are people that I try to. So it's just cool that they got him right, because it just lets us know that there's still big people out there that they really do care about.
That's cool, man. And we were having this conversation on the group chat. Representation is important, not only like in terms of like race, ethnicity, color, size, sexual orientation, gender. It's all very important. I don't know who like is out here representing. Dexter Lumis is representing out here, man. But
oh God,
he's out.
That shit's creepy, but I love it, bro. That shit, hey, when they showed it, he was just, I'm like, who the fuck?
What is this, bro?
Hey, the best was Roddy and them when they were like, who the hell is that over there? I'm like, what?
So, So he had a match earlier before we get to that point, but Dexter Lumis had a quick squash match against Hootie Miles, who's been out here maybe 3 times. He's been getting some shine.
I thought that was Future or something, bro.
Right? And it looks like Dexter Lumis's finish is going to be the Anaconda Vice.
Yeah,
I'm with it. I think it's dope, but Jay, I don't think we talked with you about Dexter Lumis. Aaron, we already know that you're with this. I'm with this. Jay, how do you feel about Dexter Lumis, man? What you think?
It was kind of eerie kind of feel, man. Like it might take some getting used to. I like the fact that he's using the Anaconda Vice because I haven't seen it in a while since Punk. So like I've always been a fan of that move. The thing about it is I'm always a fan of people that use submission holds.
Me too.
I'm always a big fan of that. Yeah, you know what? You could be a high flyer all you want to, but the technical aspect of the game is where it's at. Like, that's where it's at. Like, that's why I like
the type of match I want to see.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I like people like, Bobby Fish and, people like Gargano who can actually, be technical.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
I just want to see. I want to see what he's capable of. It's just like with.
I'm very intrigued with what they might do with him. He has some potential to get somewhere.
He's done his stuff on the Indies was good, but it wasn't anything character wise like this. Like, and Jay, you said it, that eerie kind of feeling. Like, that's something. Like, it's feeling something. So like, I feel
what it reminds me of OG Bray Wyatt when he first debuted it, and he was just eerie and creepy,
rocking chair and shit.
Yeah, cult leader like.
I hope they do this
So what if they do Aleister Black and what's his name? His name's
Dexter Lumis. Yeah, but I don't think
that.
That's not gonna happen anytime soon, man. Dexter Lumis just barely got to the next.
I want them to do this like stalker angle. Like I want him to be like
a stalker.
I wonder like who it was.
You want him
like,
to be DDP when he was stalking?
Yeah, bro. I want him to be stalking one of them. Like at first, I thought he was who's he looking at? That's my thing. Like, there's all those dudes out in the ring. Like, who was it?
But it can't be comedic like the Boogeyman. It has to be
that's what I'm saying. Some real.
They're taking a more serious approach.
What's the name of that movie with Mark Wahlberg when he was like younger? Was it like Fear or something like that with Reese Witherspoon and he fucking like beat himself and like had her dad?
Dude, I'm gonna be mad when I find out the title of it because I know what you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure it's Fear. I might be wrong, but like he beat himself up and then went and showed his girlfriend. Was like, look what your dad did to me, like creepy type shit like that, bro. Like I'm here for it, for sure. And just his look, like, everything about him makes my flesh crawl, and I'm here for it.
I'm with it, man. Another thing that I'm with is this whole Velveteen Dream promo that he had on the top of the stage.
That man
he's something else. But leading up to this.
But it's perfect, though, yo. It is. Perfect.
Okay.
Like, it's one of the best things on NXT right now, man.
Like, NXT is one of the best things in wrestling, period.
Coming back is like one of the best things that has came since the whole situation where he popped up and he like beat the shit out of the Undisputed Era. I mean, I'm happy the man's back. It's good to see.
For sure. So the setup to this whole situation was that Adam Cole was supposed to have a face-to-face confrontation with the Velveteen Dream. They showed him twice backstage, just like waiting for Cole. He never actually showed up. There was a video package, Adam Cole saying like how you actually thought I was actually going to show up. You're not on my level. You don't deserve to have a title shot. No one deserves to have a title shot, especially not you. And that's why Velveteen Dream came out. He was in the stage. He was addressing Adam Cole, basically that he was ducking him. He's not surprised. He at one point mentions that Adam Cole undisputedly is the greatest NXT champion of all time. He's the longest reigning champion of all time. But the thing that was interesting about this whole thing was that Finn Balor came out. He gets in his face and he's like, yo, I don't know who you are. I've never known who you are. I've never talked to you before. This is the first time I'm ever going to talk to you. And don't ever forget it. It's like, don't disrespect me. I am the greatest NXT champion of all time.
Right.
And if he doesn't watch it, he'll have a date with the Prince. And you know how Velveteen Dream is. That you give him a chance for the innuendos, he's gonna throw them right at you. And then he's like, "Well, Prince, why don't you be a gentleman and pick me up next Wednesday night?" And I'm like, "God damn, Dream." So it looks like next week we're gonna have Velveteen Dream.
Something I didn't know.
So I got a question for y'all. Like, how do you feel like with this whole situation? Who's the heel in this aspect? Like, seriously,
it's Finn. Clearly,
Neither one of them are Finns. Neither one of them are. Stop it.
Like, that was my
no,
like,
how
can you like Vince? How can you sit here and be like Finn is the heel when Velveteen's been doing all this shit with Roddy and
no, but he addressed it. He said that's not who he's about.
Yeah.
He was doing that to get into Roddy's head and he's like, Roddy, you're so dumb. I was never actually gonna hurt your family or come after them.
50-50.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying.
50-50. It's always like, I'm going to stalk your family, your wife and your kid, and say some fucked up stuff about them. But that's not what I really meant. Like, no, bro. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so before we move on, though, I'd like to address the elephant in the room, which is the whole Walter situation. And hold up, I'm actually looking for the tweet right now. Okay. Matt from the Smack and Raw podcast, no relation. He said, I wonder if Walter will make it into the States for a match with Finn. Do you think they're gonna pivot and do a feud with Finn and Dream going forward, or is this just a one-off match and Walter is still in the cards?
Nah, dude, there's no way in hell that they would sit here and have just one match. Like, there's no way in hell. Like, as much as they're hyping this match up, as much as, like, they've done so much shit over in the UK, there's no way. There's no possible way. My bad.
No, you're good. What I was going to say is, like, what Walter had, like, in his contract, he only had a limited amount of days that he wanted to come to the States. Like, that was one of his stipulations where he didn't want to come here that often. Mm-hmm. So with all this craziness going on top of that, like, to me, it kind of lined up with what he can't come into the country anyway. So like we were talking last week, I'm thinking SummerSlam, maybe they might go back to it, but this was their way of telling me that he ain't coming back no time soon, or they wouldn't have pivoted like this.
We'll see. I think this is just going to be something they're going to do real quick. I think it's mostly just to pop ratings and have high profile matches because they're competing with AEW. If they weren't, this totally feels like a AEW move where like we're trying to get some viewers. They won the ratings award last week, so they might be trying to like get high profile matches and get people to come over. And
so have you heard anything why Adam Cole in there? Because I was thinking maybe it has something to do with his wife and everything, being that she's at AEW, like one of them staying home and one of them not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. I think it's just one of those situations where they're trying to prolong the Adam Cole Velveteen Dream match and not give it away like that early on. They're trying to like have Velveteen work for it.
I like that though, because that's old school shit where the champion doesn't have to be at every show and wrestle on every show.
That's a Ric Flair technique, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like that. I don't, especially your heel champion. He should be dipping and dodging and stuff. Like, I dig it.
All right, so let's move on before we get to the main event, which was the tag team title match. We have 4 matches confirmed for next week. Tegan Nox, Shotzi Blackheart, they're taking on Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez next week in a tag match. That should be interesting. That should be kind of fun, especially if they actually go into a direction where they make a tag team out of Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart. God knows the women's division needs goddamn tag teams, so that'd be nice to see.
They keep pairing up our favorites, bro.
I swear, man.
You know what? I like the fact that, you know what, I've seen Shotzi. Like, it's been a build up for her. And I like the fact that, you know, we were able to watch her last match, and we were able to, you know, get in, you know, the whole situation with her seeing her first match in NXT. That was pretty dope, man. I like what they're doing with her. I just hope that she doesn't get caught in the shuffle.
No, man. She strikes me as someone that's going to be a big player, but it's going to take a minute to get there.
And we were talking about that. I was telling Vince that she's not my cup of tea, but I can see what they see in her. There's just something about her. She has that it factor that makes you want to watch her. Like I said, she's not my favorite by any means, but I can see that there's something there. Like, I even predicted her to win the ladder match to get into the ladder match. The gauntlet match. I'm like, bro, you need somebody like her that's crazy, that's gonna jump off some shit in that type of match. So like, I dig it for sure. Like, I said she's not my favorite, but I can definitely see that there's something there.
Mm-hmm. All right, and the other matches for next week, we have Group A match between Kushida and Tony Nese. Who do you guys think? Who do you think wins that? Kushida,
Man,
right?
Tony Nese ain't winning nothing, bro. That's another one that
right.
they just shit on.
And then also we have the debuting Hijo del Fantasma versus Jack Gallagher. I'm sorry, Jack Gallagher. I don't care how many tattoos you get. You're not beating the brand new debuting superstar, especially one that looks as boss as him. Right. And then Drake Maverick, he's going to have a match against Jake Atlas. Jake Atlas will be a second NXT match. And this is one of the final 3 matches for Drake Maverick in his WWE career. Should be interesting to see. It's very interesting to note that he's still in the tournament. I like to believe that it wasn't WWE forcing him to be in the tournament. It was more or less him being like, let me have these matches because I didn't get a chance to really wrestle when I was with you guys. Let me have these matches. Let me at least have this. And I think that was them saying, like, we're not going to take you out of the tournurnament. So he's going to have his matches.
My thing is, too, with some of these releases, I don't think that they're permanent ones. I think
I was literally about to say that same exact thing.
Yeah, like I think these are just for now.
Yeah, I don't think it's like with the whole coronavirus stuff going on. And, and you know, with I guess I don't know whether or not money's tight or whatever, or whatever. I couldn't tell you because WrestleMania was actually pretty dope for it being at the Performance Center.
Mm-hmm. But apparently they lost $22 million just moving to WrestleMania.
They lost all that to TV money, to production money, to the door money for selling out an arena. Like,
I mean, we could say that for another podcast. We could do something maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We can go in extensively, especially if there is more releases coming out, because they were supposedly mentioning that within the next 24 to 48 hours, there's going to be more releases and cuts. We could be seeing it in the hundreds. And I wouldn't be surprised if it gets there pretty soon. Let's just move on to the main event, which was the NXT title match between Undisputed Era versus Matt Riddle and the mystery partner of Pete Dunne's choosing. And I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I agree with Matt from the Smack and Raw podcast, No Relation, that that it should have been Keith Lee. It should have been Keith Lee. Like, how do you not reunite Keith Lee and Matt Riddle? But they didn't go that way. They went with my man Timothy Thatcher. I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't know who the fuck that was. That was the first time I
bring him my way. Bring him my way.
I was about to say bring it to Aaron because I know he knows. He knows.
Hell yeah, I know, bro. Like that's what I'm here for. To school, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Timothy Thatcher, fire. He's really actually him and Walter had a faction together in a group or whatever. So like he's really just an American.
Oh, so that was the guy that was with the announcement in WWE backstage with Killer Cross saying that it's Killer Cross and this other guy.
Yeah,
that's who that was. Okay, so this
and
is
actually
too, right?
Yeah, and actually Malcolm Bivens managed both of them in Evolve.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, so like they had a long-standing feud with actually him and Drew Gulak had some crazy ass matches in Evolve, Gulak's group Catch Point, and they were all going back and forth trying to get the title. Actually, Matt Riddle was involved in it as well, trying to get the title from Thatcher because he was the longest reigning Evolve champion in history. But yeah, he's I don't think this match showed what he really could do, being that it was like a tag team match, and I mean.
It felt more like he was playing the role of Pete Dunne as opposed he was doing like the serious stuff, playing off of Matt Riddle's more goofier side.
No, but he wasn't playing. Like his intensity is way off the hook, like way more than even Pete Dunne's. Like he is a fucking animal. Well, at least his character was in Evolve. And like I said, he didn't say anything. He had Malcolm Bivens talk for him, and he just go in there, choke you the fuck out, hit you with like 19 European uppercuts, and literally put you in an old school sleeper hold, choke you out.
So the one thing about this match that I noticed, and I didn't notice it until like towards the end, was that it was the combination of Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish going for the titles, which was weird because it's always Roderick Strong and Kyle, or Kyle and Bobby Fish. I've never seen this combination before.
I might like this one better than Roderick and Kyle.
I feel like we go through the emotions with them. It's like a flavor of the season.
But that's how you know they're good, because every time you see a new combination, like, damn, I didn't even think about that. That's dope. So like,
it had a very different dynamic. That's one thing I really liked, and also Jay, before I talk about Dexter Loomis, but what you thought about the combination, man? It was different.
Yo, it was weird. Yeah, you know what? I was. It was definitely weird seeing Roddy and Bobby Fish. I'm so used to seeing Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. It was a nice
Or
little
even
and
Roddy
it
and
worked.
Kyle. Yeah.
And it worked. It worked.
Because they're that
Like you wouldn't have noticed. You wouldn't have noticed.
I didn't
at
notice.
All.
I'm trying to tell y'all that it wasn't until maybe 5 minutes before the match ended that I noticed. Wait, hold up, this is Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish.
Bro, when he caught his leg with that kick and then kicked him and then Roddy turned it into an Olympic slam.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, that transition, yeah, Undisputed Era is next level shit. So eventually they'll get their flowers for being as great as they are. Because like you said, you mix and match, plug them in, you don't even know the difference. And you're like, damn, that shit was dope.
Yeah, man. And you know what I like about this is maybe they go on a tag run and we see Kyle do a singles run and go after. Maybe we do Kyle O'Reilly versus Keith Lee.
Yeah.
For the North American title. That'd be fucking dope to see. I'd like to see that. So, or maybe, Kyle O'Reilly is going to get stalked by Dexter Lumis in the background. Yo, man, you talk about creepy, man. This dude takes it to the next level, man. That was creepy, yo.
That light was just right on him. Like, that shit was, gives me the heebie-jeebies even think about it, bro. I like it.
What you thought about that, Jay?
Yo, like the whole situation with Dexter Lumis in the crowd, I was like, it was kind of like that moment where so like say for instance you're in a scary movie, mm-hmm. and you walking in like a dark alley, and like all you see is this guy, this creepy ass guy. And
I was thinking the same thing, bro. Like after you get done watching a scary movie, you leave. And you hear
what it
noise
reminded
or some
me
shit,
of?
it scares the shit out of you.
Bringing it back to How I Met Your Mother, it reminds me of that episode where Ted and Marshall are high at the concert, and they have like the cardboard guy, like the hippie dude, like following them, like mean mugging them and being creepy. When in reality, it's just like the standing cardboard cutout. That's what it felt like the creepy dude that's following you around. I freaking loved it. So at the end, it was Timothy Thatcher that picked the win for his team with the what was it? The
Fujiwara armbar.
Fujiwara armbar. Solid. I like it. I'm a big fan of the armbars. Again, you guys were alluding to the fact that you're big fans of people finishing off matches with submissions. I like it. I thought the match was really good. I mean,
I was surprised that Roddy tapped so quickly.
Yeah,
he's not trying to have his arm snapped, man. He's married to an MMA fighter. He knows what can happen.
Me personally, I wish he went back to it's pretty much like Shayna's chokehold. Like that's how he would do it. Like he would just literally
I think we just have too many people doing chokeholds. You look
that's
at
what I think too. Yeah.
Oscar Lock, Kurofuda clutch from Shayna, the Kokina clutch from Samoa Joe. I don't want to see another choke. Honestly, just do something different. It's different. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not his
I guess I should probably not do one in the ring. So I'm gonna
stop it. I'm over it. Choke, sleeper host that choke.
What if I did like a Rings of Saturn? What would you think?
Yeah, that's cool. With that. I fucks with the Rings of Saturn. I'm down with that. So let me ask you guys this. After the match, it was weird because they were referencing that Tommaso Ciampa was going to address the whole Johnny Gargano situation. Is he really going to say that he's the better man? What was he going to have to say to Johnny Gargano? And we were at the top of the hour. We're about to hit 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock Central. And, are they really going to do something here? What's going to happen? They cut to Tommaso Ciampa.
Well, technically, it would be 11 o'clock.
No. It's 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. I don't know my time zones.
That's what I thought you were talking about now.
No, goofy. No, I'm talking about then when it was happening.
So you didn't make that clear at all. So
I think I was. But anyway, Ciampa is in the backstage area. I think maybe even in the parking lot. If he was in the parking lot, how do you not know?
Nah, bro, it wasn't
the parking lot area.
It was not in the parking lot. Because I know damn well because that light, that little crazy ass light being right there. Mm-hmm. No, he was in some type of closet.
It could have been the street light. It could have been the guy.
No, he was not in the damn street. No,
it was it was like a back closet, where they put the kegs or some shit.
Yeah, you know what I think it was? I think this was immediately after the match. in my head, within storyline, within kayfabe, I like to believe that this happened immediately after the match, and he is just reflecting on it, and he was basically saying, "Look, man, you did what you did. I'm done with you, man. I'm done with Candace. I'm over this whole situation. I kept my word. I said that this was going to be it. We were done here. We're through. Johnny, you're the better man." And then he just gets grabbed from behind. He gets jumped. He gets assaulted. The camera is tilted. You see like a Black Boots stepping in front of him, and then you see Killer Cross, creepy bald head ass, stepping up to Tommaso Ciampa like he's old school 2009 Randy Orton and shit. And that's how we closed off NXT. It really played off of what was happening last week. A lot of people were saying that they spotted Killer Cross and Scarlett Bordeaux in a car driving up as, you know, Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae were leaving. We were wondering if they're going to go into a feud with Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano, or if he's going to go ahead and attack Tommaso Ciampa. I like to believe that this whole happened last week, and this was footage of what happened last week. If not, it was just Tommaso Ciampa just basically like, look, man, I'm addressing the situation, and then Killer Cross got jumped. So he's finally in NXT. That's his first feud, and Tommaso Ciampa is going to take that L in that first feud. He's going to put over Killer Cross.
Well, two things.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird because, you know what, I always pictured that the feud would end with Tommaso Ciampa being the heel. Mm-hmm. But it was nice to, you know, see, like, it either way, it still worked out. Like I said, it's still weird that he was the heel, he was the face out of all of this.
Yeah.
Because I'm still kind of thinking back to TakeOver when he double-crossed Johnny Gargano. And that was, like, a huge thing. That was a big thing.
Right.
And, you know, like I said, it worked out like it was supposed to. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to Gargano being a heel, but I like it because it gives him a fresh look. Mm-hmm. And like I think that the whole situation with Killer Cross, I think it's good. Like I think it's awesome.
I like it. I think it might be an interesting pairing.
I like the fact that, you know, because it was a surprise. I didn't think that was going to happen. I literally thought that it was going to be some issue where, you know, Ciampa just kind of like, you know, goes off air and that was it. Mm-hmm. But it surprised the hell out of me when he got attacked from behind. So
it didn't surprise me. Like, I knew he was going to get attacked from behind, but I figured it would be Johnny and them again. Like, I didn't think it would be Killer Cross.
It had to be over. It had to be over. They can't interact anymore. Triple H basically alluded to the fact y'all even touch each other, interact with each other in catering.
It's WWE. Nothing is ever over.
There's a difference between WWE, Raw and SmackDown, and WWE NXT. There is a continuity that they do keep in NXT. Once they get to Raw and SmackDown, that's whatever. But in NXT, they keep a certain continuity. And I will go to bat and I will die on that hill. They keep a certain continuity.
However, I will say this. Before both of them leave the company, I do want to see DIY one more time. That's it. No more. Like, I just want one last time.
I don't know. I think I'm done. I think I've had my DIY
feeling.
I'm
done with it too.
But you never know. We might feel differently like a couple of years from now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a couple of years. Like like say for instance, like how the Shield was. Like I was down for it.
Yeah,
I was down for it. I don't know if you guys were, but I was.
I wasn't down for that last ride.
I was down for the last hurrah because I mean, like it felt good. It kind of felt good.
It didn't feel genuine. It felt more like, yo, Dean Ambrose is leaving. We want to do this, and then that's
right.
But I mean, it was also a thing with, you know, Roman just coming back and him, you know, coming back from the battle with leukemia. Like it was a nice little soft spot, which I was okay with.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, but I was too. But it wasn't so much before the feud for the Shield. It was for much like you said. He was leaving. Roman just came back. Like you said, it hit that little heartstring action, whatever. I was more forward with it than that, more than so wanting to see the Shield back together.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. But that was NXT. Pretty interesting show. It had some solid matches in there. The tag match I really liked. I like that Cruiserweight tournament match between Tozawa and Swerve, and I like the opening match between Balor and Fabian Eichner. It looks like NXT has really found this groove. It's not perfect by any means, but I hardly notice that the crowd isn't there anymore. I don't really notice it that much. Like Raw and NXT are the two shows. Well, mostly because I don't really watch AEW that often, but I watch it when I can, or I watch clips on Twitter. That's how I keep up. It's just too much wrestling. But Raw and NXT, I don't really notice it. AEW, I kind of don't notice it. SmackDown's the one show I do notice it. So that's why I always look forward to watching NXT, because they do a solid job. And I'm looking forward to next week. We have 4 matches confirmed for fucking next week. That's going to be freaking dope. That's gonna be dope. I'm enjoying this goddamn tournament. I like where it's going to go. Any closing thoughts, guys, before we sign out? We got like 2 minutes left.
Great show this week. I appreciate having Jay back. Like I said, another shout out to him taking the devil's toe all in his grill. Like, that shit was brutal. Also, to just hit us up on Mean Jelly Bean Productions on YouTube. Check out the meme page, too, Mean Jelly Bean Memes. Also, hit me up on Twitter at Mr8984. And don't forget to hit us with the Smacked NXT hashtag, bro. We're definitely trying to get that going.
Hell yeah, man. Again, man, major props to, like, Matt from Smacking the Raw podcast,
sure.
No relation, for going out there and plugging that hashtag, really using it. We got to use it a little bit more. And he's out here using the Smack the Raw podcast. So use that going forward for, like, talking any wrestling in general. Just use hashtag Smack Raw. We'll try to, like, get some questions in here because we do want some fan engagement. It's not where we want it to be, but it'll get there, man. We'll get there. Jay, any final thoughts? We got, like, a minute left before we sign off.
Yeah, so you guys check out that Total Satan video. You guys can watch me, die.
Breathe fire.
You guys can watch me die. Hopefully within the next like month or so, like wrestling will be on for me, so I can let you guys in on, what's going on. I don't know if you guys heard, Urban America is a thing now. I am a thing now with a group. Hopefully things will be rolling.
It's a season of factions, man. We're all again. Faction season, man.
But definitely follow us, all of us at Smack Raw Podcast, man. J Thunder 2009 for me. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snap. You can DM me for that. But also
your OnlyFans, your private Snapchat.
Oh, hold on. Shh. Don't tell them about that yet.
Okay. That's how you gotta make money on the side.
You also can check me.
$40.
Guys can also check me out at on Twitch.
You got like a 50% off discount right now for your private Snap.
Yo, let me get through.
You're gonna post some teasers with that hashtag Wrestling Twitter After Dark.
Let me finish because I know y'all
Thunderdome Jay.
Come on, yo. Let me finish because I know y'all want to get off of here. Definitely check me out on Twitch, DJ Thunder on Twitch. And then, hey man, just check us out on Smack Raw, man. Just help us out, get the feed out there. Let us entertain you guys.
If you're watching this shit on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe, comment down below, smack that notification button so you know when we drop a brand new freaking video. We drop like 4 videos minimum every goddamn week, so keep an eye out for that. If it's consistency you're looking for in your wrestling podcast, that's what we bring you. We bring you guys consistency and a variety of interesting characters, to say the least. And we offer you Jay Thunder's private Snapchat. We're going to give you a 50% discount if you subscribe to YouTube. Go ahead and check out all our socials at SmackRaw Pod, at SES Vince. We're going to try to get some content for you guys in the 2K19 wrestling world. Stop it, behave. It's not after dark just yet. But with that being said, guys, we'll catch you guys next week for NXT. Thank you guys for joining, guys. Later, y'all.
Deuces.
Have a good one.